like us, we don't like them.
If I ain't doing nothing else right, you gonna know I'm around that ball, I'm hustling, I'm giving it my all. You gonna know that I truly love the game.
I like Devin White, man. He's fast as hell.
I'm like that. That's my name now. Mr. I'm like that.
With the 5th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Devin White, linebacker, LSU.
Jim, how does it rank Devin White, Devin Bush, Roquan Smith? How do they compare in terms of ranking coming out?
Right there. I mean,
All
because they were,
together?
yeah, because they were all clean. They all have traits. They all have tools.
We got Devin White here with the 5th pick in the draft. You know, I think we have reached a point where 5 is not too rich for a linebacker, even though we have not seen historically linebackers go this high and or be worth it.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Devin White. White's career started well with a pair of touchdowns as a rookie. He also led the team in tackles during their Super Bowl winning season in 2022.
He just got Levis right between the numbers.
The last 2 seasons, however, have been underwhelming.
What's up, everyone? Today, we're diving into the fascinating and very rocky career of Devin White. Not too long ago, he looked like he was destined to become the face of NFL linebackers for a generation. From his meteoric rise at LSU to his Super Bowl heroics with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to his recent journey bouncing between teams, Devin White's story is a mix of incredible talent, sky-high expectations, and the tough realities of life in the NFL. So let's take a closer look at where it all started, when he peaked, and what led to the setbacks. Devin White was born on February 17, 1998, in Spring Hill, Louisiana. Growing up in a small town, White was a standout athlete at North Webster High School, excelling as both a running back and a linebacker. His speed and physicality were apparent from a young age, and he quickly became one of the top football prospects in the state. White's high school success earned him a scholarship to Louisiana State University, where he would become one of the most decorated defenders in program history. At LSU, White transitioned full-time to linebacker and quickly made his mark. By his sophomore year, he was second in the SEC in tackles and earned all SEC honors. His junior season saw him win the prestigious Bucs Award as the nation's top linebacker and earned consensus All-American honors. White's blend of sideline-to-sideline speed, tackling ability, and leadership made him a projected top 10 pick in the NFL draft. He declared for the draft after his junior year, leaving LSU as one of the most celebrated defenders in school history. Devin White was selected by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the 5th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, making him the highest pick the franchise had ever used on an off-ball linebacker. His leadership, athleticism, and production at LSU, 286 tackles, 8.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and an interception in 38 games, made him a consensus top prospect. Upon joining the Buccaneers, White was immediately installed as the starting middle linebacker, expected to make an instant impact and help transform a defense that had ranked near the bottom of the league the previous season. He was paired with veteran Levante David, forming a highly athletic linebacker duo. White's rookie season in 2019 saw him overcome an early knee injury to finish with 91 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 2 defensive touchdowns, earning NFC Defensive Rookie of the Month honors in both November and December. His playmaking ability and speed were immediately evident, validating the Buccaneers' decision to invest such a high draft pick in him. White's second season was nothing short of spectacular. He started 15 games and led the team with 140 tackles, adding 9 sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and 4 pass deflections. His rare ability to blitz from the inside linebacker spot made him a unique weapon in Todd Bowles' aggressive defense. But it was the postseason where White truly became a household name. After missing the wildcard round due to COVID-19 protocols, he returned for the divisional round against the Saints, leading the team with 11 tackles, a fumble recovery, and a crucial interception. In the NFC Championship, he again led the team in tackles and recovered another fumble. In Super Bowl 55, White was everywhere: 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a game-sealing interception in the end zone as the Buccaneers routed the Kansas City Chiefs 31-9. His performance was widely praised as one of the best by a linebacker in Super Bowl history. White finished the year as a second-team All-Pro, though he was surprisingly snubbed from the Pro Bowl. He had arrived as one of the NFL's brightest young stars, The next 2 seasons saw White cement his status as the leader of the Buccaneers' defense. In 2021, he started all 17 games, recording 122 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 3 pass deflections, earning his first Pro Bowl selection. He was named a team captain, a role he would hold for 4 consecutive years. In 2022, White again started all 17 games, posting 110 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 5 pass deflections. He was recognized as one of the most durable and productive linebackers in the league, and his ability to blitz remained a key part of Tampa Bay's defensive scheme. White's partnership with veteran Lavonte David was considered one of the best linebacker duos in the NFL, and together they anchored a defense that remained among the league's best. Despite his production, though, White's game began to draw criticism from analysts and fans alike. Several recurring issues emerged. Coverage struggles. White's speed made him a great blitzer and run defender, but he often struggled in pass coverage, particularly against tight ends and running backs. White's aggressive style sometimes led to missed tackles or poor angles, especially when he over-pursued plays. There were moments of undisciplined late hits, blown assignments, and lapses in coverage. These issues didn't erase his value, but they did raise questions about his long-term ceiling, especially as he approached a contract year. The 2023 season was pivotal for White. Entering the final year of his rookie contract, he was seeking a lucrative extension, reportedly in the range of the league's highest-paid linebackers. Negotiations with the Buccaneers stalled, and White even requested a trade during the offseason after failing to reach an agreement. On the field, White started the first 11 games, playing nearly every snap. However, a foot injury in December snapped his streak of 45 consecutive starts, and he missed 3 games. Upon his return, he saw his role reduced, ceding playing time to KJ Britt in certain packages. White finished the 2023 regular season with 71 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 6 pass deflections, and 2 interceptions in 14 games, a noticeable dip from his peak years. In the playoffs, his snap count dropped significantly, and he contributed just 3 tackles across 2 games. The writing was on the wall. White's time as the centerpiece of the Buccaneers' defense was coming to an end. In March 2024, White signed a 1-year, $7.5 million contract with the Philadelphia Eagles, hoping to rejuvenate his career with a new team. However, his stint in Philadelphia was short-lived. White was released on October 8, 2024, without ever playing a snap for the team. The reasons were not publicly detailed, but it was a stunning development for a player just a few years removed from Super Bowl glory. Shortly after his release from the Eagles, White was signed by the Houston Texans on October 23, 2024. He appeared in 7 games for Houston, recording 19 tackles, 15 solo. While he contributed as a veteran presence, he was no longer the every-down force he had once been. The Texans used him primarily in a rotational role, and while he provided leadership and experience, it was clear that White's days as a star linebacker were behind him. On March 28, 2025, White signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. Entering his 7th NFL season, he joined a team looking for veteran leadership and depth at linebacker. As of the current season, White is active on the Raiders roster, wearing number 45. His role with the Raiders is expected to be similar to his stint in Houston, a rotational linebacker and special teams contributor, providing experience and depth rather than being the focal point of the team. So, what happened to Devin White? Why did a player with such a promising start and elite athletic tools struggle to maintain his place among the NFL's top linebackers? Well, it comes down to a few reasons. The modern NFL demands linebackers who can cover tight ends, running backs, and even slot receivers. While White excelled as a blitzer and run defender, his struggles in coverage became more apparent as teams targeted him in the passing game. This limitation made him less valuable as an every-down linebacker. While White avoided major injuries early in his career, the cumulative toll of playing linebacker in the NFL began to show. The foot injury in 2023 cost him games and led to a reduced role upon his return. White's contract demands, combined with his on-field inconsistencies, made teams hesitant to commit to him long-term. And lastly, the linebacker market has shifted. Unless a player is elite in all phases, run defense, coverage, and blitzing teams are reluctant to pay top dollar. White's skill set, while valuable, was no longer rare or irreplaceable. As of 2025, Devin White remains in the NFL, now with the Las Vegas Raiders, like I mentioned previously. While he's no longer a star, he has embraced a new role as a veteran mentor and rotational player. There's still time for White to reinvent himself. If he can improve his coverage skills and continue to provide leadership, he could extend his career for several more years. Devin White's career is a tale of promise, achievement, challenge, and resilience. From a small-town kid in Louisiana to a Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler, he reached heights that most only dream of. But the NFL is unforgiving, and sustaining greatness requires constant evolution. White's journey reminds us that talent alone is not enough. Adaptability, self-awareness, and the ability to grow in the face of adversity are just as important. While his star may have dimmed, his story is still unique and shouldn't be forgotten. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you want me to cover next, whether it be another player's story or even a team preview.